Hi, I wanted to talk to you about painting. And so when you go to paint, the very first thing you probably want to do is go to your local home goods store and decide on a paint color. So you'll pick up paint samples. I was thinking about blue, and then bring these home and look them over. See how they go with your woodwork, see how they look with your curtains, and then decide which one you want. So I have chose this color. So the next thing that I like to do is I like to write on it what room and what year I painted the color. And so I put master bedroom on here, 2018, and I took this over to Ace. Am I a big component of Ace hardware? No. I'd probably recommend Home Depot and the Behr brand over any other brand because it is time after time rated really high in Consumer Reports. But I went to Ace and bought Valspar paint. Valspar paint, and pretty much every paint anymore, comes in low odor form. And when you go to get your paint, they're going to ask you a few questions. The first is, do you want interior or exterior paint? When you're painting inside, you want interior. If you're doing a garage or outside of your house, you want exterior paint. It'll hold up better to the weather changes, the hot and the cold, and rain and snow. So interior paint, that's your first answer. Then they're going to ask you what kind of finish you want. And there are several different kinds. The first finish is flat. Flat will hide a lot of imperfections in your walls, but it won't wipe up easy. So if you have young children or you're in a kitchen space or a bathroom where you might have to wipe the walls down, it's going to be really hard to do that with flat paint. The next paint is satin. Satin and eggshell are very similar. They have a slight sheen so that they're a little reflective to the light, so they're going to bounce light off better. But satin is going to dry smoother, but it's going to show more imperfections in your walls. Eggshell sounds like what it is. It's going to have the texture of an eggshell. And so eggshell is usually my go-to paint for interior. The other two kinds are semi-gloss, which I think is good for exterior. So if I'm doing a garage or house, I like semi-gloss. And then there's gloss paint. So semi-gloss and gloss are very, very similar. Again, they're going to be a high sheen. They're going to show every imperfection. But again, they're going to wipe up easy and they would clean easily. So those are your 5 kinds of paint. Once you get your paint, I'd also suggest that if you don't have anything to paint with, that you take care of those supplies at this time too. So you're going to want some kind of tape. I've been using this green frog or frog tape lately. I haven't found a tape that I'm just completely and totally in love with. And on TV, they tell you it'll last forever. You can leave it up for 14 days and it'll peel off without taking any paint with it. I've not ever found that to be true. But this one's the one I've been using just lately. I've also been known to buy the Blue brand by Scotch. I've bought 3M and not been happy with it, so I've been trying to avoid it lately because it doesn't seem to stick very well. You're also going to want a paintbrush. I am a big proponent in cheap brushes, so I buy the cheapest brand they have at Walmart. I happened to find this brush at a garage sale just lately for 50 cents, and it was brand new, and then I throw them in the trash. So as long as it's a decent brush, I like a 2-inch brush, and ideally I like this bevel because it makes it easier to get across your ceiling line, but a flat one works. So 2-inch brush. Then you're going to need a roller handle and actual rollers to go on the end. I think almost any of these seems to work okay. They will tell you different things, like that they're good for ceilings or walls or heavily textured. I just get whatever's cheap again. My favorite paint tray is this one. It's a nice red one. I noticed they had this at Ace Hardware in a little pack with my favorite kind of paintbrush and a roller handle for $9.99 the other day. if you leave your paint in it, you can just peel it back off the next time and you can just use it again. So that's really nice. Or you could get a liner and then just throw the liner away when you're finished. You'll also probably want some kind of spackle if you're planning to take down pictures and refill them, or if you have any cracks or imperfections that you need to cover up. And a nice paint opener is always a good idea. The last couple things that you're going to want is something to cover your floor. I like the canvas that they sell at any home goods store as well. I like a long, narrow canvas, and you can see it's been used a couple times. But if you don't have that and you'll have old sheets will work too. The problem with old sheets is if you really do spill and then you step on that spill and it's wet, sometimes it will bleed through the sheet. So the canvas will not do that, which is wonderful. Then I also like to have myself a paper bag so that I can put my paint and paintbrush, and you can see I've used it for that already once, paint and paintbrush inside there if I want to go take a break or get a drink or have lunch, and then it keeps all of my paint still wet until the next time I come back to it. So thank you for watching.